We'll be right back. place for food. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep Satan waiting. Don't keep Satan waiting. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
Hey everybody, it's I, Count Jackula, your favorite satanic streamer, here yet again for another satanic Satan coming in a little low. All right, coming in better. Come on, there we go. All right, let sin begin. I am far from the fires of fucking LA, people, about 500 miles away. More like 416 or something, but round up. California is a big state. Very big. Very, very, very big. And that brings me right into like how I'm feeling today, which is like, man, fucking hell. We're getting close. We're closing in on that inauguration day, and I gotta tell you, I'm fucked. It's like, I can't be fucked. I just, man. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Can't stand nothing. And, yeah, he's so big. California's so big. It's a fucking fat guy at an all-you-can-eat buffet. It's huge. Yeah, David Lynch has left this mortal coil. That was a sad moment. Sad moment. But you can't say he didn't live the way he wanted to. I'm just going to be sad that I'm no longer going to be getting the David Lynch weather report. Or what was the number of the day? What was the number of the day going to be? We will never know. We will now never know what the number of the day was. Or what the weather was like right outside David Lynch's window. But he went out like a boss. He did what he was doing right up to the end. California's the size of Japan. I think it's bigger, actually. Yeah, California is a bit bigger, but that's a... but that's probably... Yeah, it's the size of Japan and then some. California's pretty big. It's a little bit smaller than Sweden. A little bit smaller than Sweden. But my feeling today is fuck them all. TikTok's going away. Fine. Fine. Elon Musk is going to be in charge of shit. Fine. The rich going to get richer. Fine. You can all get richer. They can get richer. All right. It's fine. They could separate us into rich and poor, and the rich can think about us whatever the fuck they want. Fuck them. From now on, they're just a different type of animal. Buckwheats, Jimmy. They're buckwheats. That is a reference to things to do in Denver when you're dead. Meaning Just get rid of them. They're worth nothing. Yeah. It's a world, it's an oligarchic overworld at this point. You know, is it going to ever not be? Well, I guess it depends on how long it takes for us to fight back. It ain't going to be forever. It ain't going to take forever. I'll tell you that. A lot of people think it'll never happen, but it'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah, one of our oligarchic overlords is a billionaire man-child who cheats at Diablo. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? The shit is this. Gamergate the person. Like, we all thought it was like Sargon or what was that guy's name? Mundane Matt or whatever the fuck. I don't even remember. No, it turns out it's Elon Musk. Turns out it's Elon Musk. What a fucking chode. What a motherfucking chode. No. No, it's getting about that period of time where you're going to have to get ready to get together and fight back. We're all going to have to get together and fight back. And I don't mean no, like, I mean, we're going to have to get ready to go loud. Oh, but what about all the destruction? What about all the death? Yeah, what about all the destruction and death that's happening already? They have the monopoly on violence because we let them have it. Yeah. No, the American empire is going to fall. It's going to fall. You know, could have learned from the lessons of the past, but no, apparently we can't do that. It'll be hard times, but it ain't gonna be fucking boring times. Oh yeah, they'll bring out those guillotines for real. You know, here's a thought. How about for every school that gets shut up, a CEO gets shot? How about that? And the funny thing is that like gun control won't solve nothing at this point. At least not as far as like as fucking stopping gun violence right now. Because like, nah. It's already gonna go loud. Because fuck it. Why go through all the trouble getting a gun when hammers and pitchforks will do? You know, they're already like deporting people in Bakersfield, getting ready to do the big one. I'm tired of California getting fucking blamed for all the shit that's not its fault. You know, oh, we need to think about what California's going to do to improve. None of the other states had to improve shit. Okay, well, you just won't send money then. Let's just not. It's just not. California just won't send money anymore. Yeah, dig your own way out of it. Hey, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Southern America. Red states. Yeah, have fun with that. Have fun with that. Like, oh, you don't want to help us? Well, then we'll do the neighborly thing and not help you. What the fuck? Well, the loony left. I'll show you loony. They want us to be the bad guy. We'll be the bad guy. That's kind of my feeling. Oh, you want us to be the bad guy? Okay, we'll be the bad guy. She's gonna treat us like shit. Gonna make us do the time. Might as well do the crime. Oh, another cold front about to hit Texas. Aw, too bad. Too bad. Oh yeah, that's another thing. All these people like moving to Texas because that's gonna be the new, whatever the fuck, new Silicon Valley. Maybe. I doubt it. You're not gonna innovate because you're a fucking conservative state, and conservative states don't innovate. Yeah, what was the last great idea that came out of Texas? Yeah, what was the last great innovation that came out of Texas? And don't say Texas Instruments, they were made there. They weren't birthed there. Yeah, you can't be an innovative center if you don't fund the arts, like, hell. ADB dubbing. Yeah, that's an innovation. Yep, there's no way Hollywood would have ever dubbed anything. Willie Nelson? I'm not hearing an internet. I'm not hearing smartphones. I'm not hearing electric cars. I'm not hearing any of that. I'm hearing a bunch of stuff that people know about, but probably don't really care about. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Willie Nelson is a perfectly fine human being. And I'm really tired of people talking to me about Austin. Fuck Austin. Jesus. Fuck Austin. Anyone who's cool in Austin knows I'm right. Actually, anyone who's cool in Austin has probably moved to LA already. Get some of that state health care. The only comedian I can listen to anymore, really honestly, is Patton Oswalt. Everyone else I'm just kind of sick of. Sick of Ron White, sick of Tom Segura, sick of fucking... Sick of Chappelle. Just sick of them. I've been a lot of places, and I'm going to tell you, there is a reason there are so many places in America that are trying to be the next California. No one's trying to be the next Austin. Everyone's trying to be the next San Francisco or LA. Boom. Done. Some people are trying to be the best New York because, yeah, they know they can't California. You know, but every city in America is going to be the next city in California that exists now. You know, like, fuck that. Come on, get off your ass. Get out of your own ass. You want to be California so bad, it's fucking pathetic. Bill Burr's still pretty good, but I could only take him in small doses before anyway, so. Matt Rife is this generation's Dane Cook? Well, I have to agree because I don't know who he is either. I didn't know who the fuck Dane Cook was until he was so all over the place that I couldn't avoid him. Someone made me listen to some of his shit, and I was just like, yeah. Run of the mill, you know, whatever. No, Joe Rogan, fuck him. You know, the older he gets, the dumber he is. Oh. Man. Yeah, the heyday comedy is fucking over, man. It's fucking over. Yeah, it's fucking. It's too bad too, because we could use a good laugh. Use a good laugh, but like, no, the only the only type of comedy that's like rising right now in popularity is conservative comedy, and it ain't rising that high. Ain't rising that high. Why? Because it sucks. It's not as good as fucking Pauly Shore's stand-up. Oh. Pauly Shore at least tells jokes. I'd rather watch The Pest 5 times in a row than sit through like a single fucking Roseanne Barr. What the fuck's that other guy's name? Rob Schneider, by you Schneider, derp-de-dur. Yeah, Rob Schneider, derp-de-dur. You know? Everything that advanced art was woke for its time. Yeah, absolutely it was. Yeah, The Pest was John Leguizamo. Like, I know that's John Leguizamo. It's a terrible movie. I would watch it 5 times in a row before watching anything by Rob Schneider. You know, who's now a conservative comedian who can lick my ass. His own daughter doesn't like him? I'm not surprised. But Jack, you can now say the R word and possibly the N word in comedy now. Ah, fuck that. So basically what you're telling me... See, here's the thing. If you wanted to hear that shit, because you thought it was funny, you could still hear it. It's just that the comedian on stage needed a lot more melanin. Black comedians never stopped saying the N-word. But no, motherfucker's too racist. Can't do that. No more of those good Negroes. That's what they were saying. Ah, fuck them. Fuck them. No, John Goodman's still alive. It was Roseanne Barr's character that was killed off. No, the disabled jokes aren't generally very funny. Yeah, they don't tend to be very funny, you know. So hard to believe this is all happening. You know? Yeah, I think that's what gets me. It's like I can't it's so hard for me to believe this is all happening. You know. There's a part of me that's choosing to believe that like it was vote fuckery. I've got no evidence for it. You know, wouldn't surprise me if there was vote tampering, like for real. Well, what people got to realize is just being an asshole on stage isn't funny. Yeah, just being an asshole on stage ain't funny. Yeah, Josh Johnson's pretty good. God. Like, but man, just being a dick isn't funny. You know? Oh, don't worry, Hobo Joe. They will be. You know, what I'm looking forward to is the end of social media. I actually think that's going to be a blessing in disguise. And it won't be TikTok bans that do it, although, you know, I'm sure it'll help. It'll be the fact that internet advertising don't work. Internet ads don't work. Like, I don't know what YouTube's going to do. I mean, it's hard for me to imagine it going anywhere, but once my prediction is that Facebook will fall first. Well, I mean, technically X will fall first, but I feel like that's already fallen. X will fall first, then Facebook, then possibly Instagram. Some of them will still be around, but in a greatly, greatly diminished capacity. I'm not sure what will happen with YouTube, because I don't know how that thing operates now. You know, I don't know how that thing makes money now. Like, if they're propped up entirely by advertisers, then they're doomed. They're just doomed. Cat's crying. Oh, I know what that's like. Yeah, then YouTube's just doomed, which will be... That'll be a sad day for me. That'll be a sad day for me. But I don't know about any of this little stuff. We'll find out. We'll see. But like, but for right now, I'm a little done with America. Like, America wants to be that racist, bigot, woman-hating. All right. I don't know what to say other than, yeah, all right. You know, Mexicans got on boots. But I want to share some horror with you.
Not working out.
I want something that horrified me. That is, apparently, I flirt like a guy on a conservative website. Because Coke Francis did a video about her infiltrating a conservative dating app. And a lot of things the guys would say that weren't politically offensive were things I would say. But I'm pissed.
Well,
You saw the title, you clicked on it, and now we're here. I'll explain, and I promise I'll deliver. But first, an intro. Greetings, my good bitches. The name's Francis, Coke Francis. I'm an editor, Twitch streamer, drag artist, and I'm here because, yes bitch, I finally just started crimping my wigs. So several people have asked me if I was gonna make a video about the new Fallout series, and even though I could talk about that show and our Lord and Savior Walton Goggins all day, I decided not to just because I haven't played enough of the original games to make the kind of comprehensive video on it that I would like to. That being said, I've been playing 3, 4, and New Vegas for the past couple of months and I am obsessed. Now, for those of you who don't know, there are several different routes you can take when playing a Fallout game. Kind of like that moral alignment chart meme. There are some players who take a completely evil anarchistic route. There's some people who do the complete opposite and plenty who are somewhere in between. Basically, you can be just as lawless and unforgiving as the Wasteland if you wanted to be. I promise this relates to the rest of the video. Just stay with me. For me though, if you've seen the show, let's just say I've been taking a very Lucy McLean approach to my journeys through the Wastelands. I decided to be the nicest person that these poor sons of bitches will ever come across in their lives. And even though the Wasteland is cruel and unforgiving, being nice to everyone has actually been working out super well for me. Almost every NPC will do literally whatever you want as long as you're nice to them. I convinced a vampire cult leader to let their newest recruit go back home to his family. Even Herbalife won't let you do that. Okay, where exactly am I going with this? Sometimes I'll open Twitter and I'll see whatever pundit of the day that the world's unfunniest divorced dad decides to promote that day. It's usually someone from either the Daily Wire or Fox News or any other program sponsored by lead poisoning, and they're usually saying something about gay and trans people. Not anything positive. And in case you guys don't know this, it's all a grift. All of it. It's just another way to profit off the culture war. These pundits will say something that'll get their base riled up and offend the opposing side, therefore generating millions and millions of clicks and views, and therefore millions of dollars for themselves. But as I said in my last video, I strongly believe in the importance of empathy. As obnoxious as these people are, and as strong as my desire is for them to be silenced so that they finally shut the hell up, I have to remind myself that these are still people. What we see on our screens is a persona, but we don't actually know what these people are like in real life unless we've met them. Maybe Ben Shapiro is an absolute kink freak in private. Maybe Matt Walsh doesn't hate gay and trans people as much as he says he does in
I actually
order to
really like
generate
Fallout 4.
clicks.
Fallout
Or
4
maybe
was
he
my
does.
favorite.
Who knows? Those are just examples. Sometimes I wonder if we got these people alone, away from cameras, away from audiences, away from college debates or whatever they decide to use that day to make themselves feel more important, how they really would act. If someone very politely and casually brought up gay and trans issues in an intimate conversation with them, would their answers be just as indignant and inflammatory as they are when a camera is present? And this question doesn't just apply to the scowling nerds I see every time I open the dumb bird app. You see, I'm a queen of the people. I'm far more interested in the people who watch these scowling nerds. Over a third of the US population identifies as conservative. And again, they are all people with different upbringings and problems and life experiences. 240 usually capitalized characters aren't exactly enough to understand another human being. And as you all know, I like to get to the bottom of why people are the way they are and what makes them tick. So, as the title suggests, I made a profile
We're
on a
getting to
conservative
it.
dating
We're getting
app.
to it.
And once again, I decided to be the nicest person in the Wasteland just to see where it would get me. But before we uncover my findings, if you are a fan of watching a very tired drag queen talk about nerd shit forever, I ask that you please swipe a screen as many times as necessary to finally meet the love of your life. When you do, ask to meet up with them, but when they show up and you realize you've been catfished, dish some sweet revenge by going ahead and unzipping your pants and dick slapping those like and subscribe buttons as hard as you can. Extremely important, please note, I did not do this with the intention of harassing, insulting, mocking, or catfishing these people. This was simply just a fun experiment I wanted to do to gain a better insight to a demographic that I wouldn't otherwise associate with, and who otherwise wouldn't associate with me. All names and pictures and personal info have been blacked out, and I'm not here to expose anyone. Any jokes I make will be about what they say and the interactions between us, not about the people themselves. Okay, I might tell you if they're hot, but no details. So, full disclosure, this was my first time on a dating app ever, let alone a conservative one. See, I've been in a relationship since before Tinder was invented, so I had literally zero experience with this, and I had to learn how these apps even work in the first place. Everything I know about dating apps I learned from Mismatch in that new Yakuza game. So this really was jumping into the deep end for me here. I downloaded an app called The Right Stuff. As their site states, quit swiping, scrolling, and trolling the wrong people. There are people out there just like you. Connect with people who aren't offended by everything. View profiles without pronouns. Your next match is here. If you're single and not on this app, you ain't conservative. For those who know traditional is attractive, don't wait. Find out who's right for you.
Dear Diary, jackpot.
Now, I know that not every righty out there has the same views on gay and trans people. I've met plenty of conservatives and Christians who are perfectly nice and accepting and mind their own business.
Yeah, I can't be that nice. I can't be that nice. I'm like, look at the way you voted and look what you voted for. Fuck you.
When it comes to that. But let's be real. There was obviously going to be a bias here, so I couldn't actually advertise myself as a drag queen. Instead, I assumed a new persona, Jacqueline, a single white cishet female who loves God, her friends and family, coffee, the great outdoors, and life itself. Party.
A few inches later.
So after I was greeted by this corporate team building video here, picking my gender was the #1 priority here. And everyone knows there are only 2 genders, so I picked female. My favorite part of this though,
This can't be changed later.
I'm already pretty short, but I decided to make myself even shorter and about a year younger. For religion, obviously Christian. I actually do appreciate the variety of religions they have here, and the fact that non-practicing is an option. No atheists or agnostics allowed here though, of course. Alright, time for a profile picture. Again, I couldn't actually advertise myself as a drag queen, so I used this picture and said that I'm a makeup artist who currently works in sales, but I'm
Sloppy
dying to get
Joes.
out of it and finally
Bring it
start
up for
my
the rest of the
professional
class?
makeup career. Considering I used to work in sales and couldn't wait to get out of it, this wasn't a huge stretch of the truth here. Oh Christ, I need 5 more pictures? Okay, so I couldn't use 6 pictures of me in drag. That would look totally suspicious. Now, I couldn't out my real appearance to them or you guys because you should never identify yourself on the internet, and I don't want to ruin the magic that... Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I need to get over myself. Luckily for me, I have a cousin who used to model, and almost everybody mistakes us for siblings, so she could easily pass as me out of drag and was kind enough to lend me some old bikini pictures for this experiment. I've still blurred her picture here because I respect her, and there are probably way more of you watching this video. Also, she's wearing an American flag cover-up here, which was sure to get everyone's juices flowing. And for my profile song, I of course put on some Billy Joel because I'm white and pushing 30. Alright, time for prompts. Some of my personal favorites include favorite liberal lie, the science is settled on, and best of all, January 6th was. The best response I saw to that question, by the way, was just insane. Anyway, I didn't come here to be controversial, so I put my life goal of being a professional makeup artist. I get along best with people who are kind and open-minded, but I still love a strong opinion, and the simple pleasures that get me out of bed in the morning. Hint, they're very simple. And Boom, I'm in. Miss Jacqueline has arrived, honey. This is the face of America's sweetheart, and they are all about to find that out. Again, I've never used a dating app in my entire life, so even the simple mechanic of knowing whether to swipe up or left was new to me. Something I noticed immediately, but was literally not surprised at all about it, was that my feed was strictly male men with penises, assuming. Now, when I was going through this fine selection, I couldn't swipe left based on looks or interests or anything else you would swipe left on when using this app unironically. When I was checking out profiles, I was looking for guys who I could have the most interesting conversations with. Mind you, not necessarily the most controversial, though there were some, interesting answers to these prompts, like this one. Obviously, the top part made me cringe out of my own skin, but I also fucking love The Hateful Eight. It's my third favorite Tarantino movie. Don't at me. And then there were some answers like, this one. Oh no.
What in the shitting hell is going on here?
Maybe he wants to raise it. I'm just gonna tell myself that for my own sanity. And then I realized, shit. I still have to finish my profile. So I filled out my about section with everything Jacqueline could possibly want in a partner, her occupation as a makeup artist, and her ideal plans for children. Notice, there's no option for not wanting any. Not sure if it's the same for men on here, but I had no choice but to put not sure yet. Okay, whew, that's done. Back to the prowl. I also realized I hadn't set my preferences for searching. Thankfully, this app made it super simple and easy by offering 2 preferences. Literally 2. Just age range and distance. That's all the criteria Miss Jacqueline needs. I set my age preferences from 25 to 45, which ended up not even mattering because I still got matched with men in their 50s. Unfortunately, I was out of likes for the day and I couldn't access any of the guys in my pending tab, and I wasn't about to give these dorks a cent of my real money. So I went back to playing Fallout New Vegas all night and decided to come back in the morning.
Day 2.
First thing I did after waking up was check the app, and Jesus fucking yellow penguins, there were so many dudes in my inbox. Seeing that after just waking up, I felt like that Mr. Krabs meme where everything is swirling around him. And despite my reputation, there was no way I was going to be able to take on all these guys at once. Obviously, I can't say their real names, so I'm just going to refer to them as different Pokemon, because that was the only other thing where there was like enough of them. And good God, Miss Jacqueline, she caught them all. So once again, I matched with the guys who I thought would be the most interesting to talk to in whatever way that might be. I also added to my criteria I would only message guys who reached out to me first. Well, I did make one exception. We'll call this one Muck.
Howdy, Muck. I checked out your profile and quick question. What did you mean by Alexa change the age of consent?
Never got a response, but I already can tell that this is the kind of guy who would not date you if you had an OnlyFans, only because you have to be 18 to join. In total, I ended up talking to about 20 guys. I'm not gonna include every single one here because we would be here all day, so I picked my favorites for your viewing pleasure. Some of these conversations are much shorter than others, and some might seem like they end on kind of an abrupt note. There is a reason for this, which we will get to later, so be sure to stick around for the rest of the video for all the tea, because my god, there's so much. Stick around regardless, because this is by far my biggest and most complicated project to date. Also, an extra huge thank you to my amazing co-producer Mitchell for helping bring these conversations to life with some very fine voice acting. First up, my inaugural Right Stuff match. We'll call him Ditto because we actually ended up having a lot in common, tragically.
Hi, Jacqueline. What's your favorite type of makeup artistry do you enjoy doing?
Hi, Ditto. So sorry for the late response. I'm trying to get more into special effects makeup, but I specialize in glamour.
Here's where the horror begins. That is a question I probably would have asked.
Keep in mind, the way I write and make
special effects makeup, but I specialize in glamour, and I work with drag queens pretty frequently.
I mean, I probably would have.
Keep in mind.
I probably would have like written the sentence correctly, but you know.
I'm trying to get more into special effects makeup, but I specialize in glamour, and I work with drag queens pretty frequently, lol. How about you?
So, as we go through these, keep in mind, the way I write and make conversation with these guys is exactly how I would if I was doing this for real. I'm actually pretty authentically myself. I'm just presenting myself as someone they would be less hostile to. Fascinating stuff.
No worries. I love horror movies and all that stuff that makeup artists do to make the movie even better. That must be pretty interesting and fun at the same time. I work in the cannabis industry, in the distribution department, and I'm a freelance artist as well.
Horror. Horror. This guy loves horror movies. That's horror on a lot of levels. It's like, oh no. Oh no! This is exactly the type of small talk I would engage in the beginning. So I'm like, oh no, I sound like a guy on a conservative dating app. Oh. What have I done? Who am I? What am I?
Are you from Los Angeles?
That's amazing. It's rare to meet 420 friendly peeps on here. Horror movies are my jam too.
Yeah, we're rare in the conservative community. Lol. Nice. What kind of horrors? I really like the Terrifier series right now.
I mean, to be fair, Look, I love Terrifier. But if it was going to be any of them, it was going to be one like that. He was going to like one like that.
Now, I like Japanese horror, and I love pretty much all horrors. Found footage horror movies are a guilty pleasure.
To me, like...
Right out the gate, the first guy I talked to has so much in common with me. This is horrifying.
J-horror is the best. I'm trying to get more into horror special effects makeup.
I'll look around. I know a lot of people in production.
I would never say. Because I don't. And neither does this guy, I guarantee it.
I'm actually trying to pitch a story.
And that's how I know. Trying to pitch a story. Everyone's trying to pitch a story, dude. I probably would have asked who her favorite special effects makeup artist was.
Maybe I can hire you for the SFX artist, lol. I'm gonna see
Oh, that I would never say.
an unseen movie on Monday. It's R, and I don't know what movie it is, but would you like to go with me? No hard feelings if it's too soon.
The shocked face emoji after the R-rated movie is actually adorable. I'm not even saying that sarcastically, like that is actually so wholesome.
I'm not confident enough in my SFX abilities yet. Maybe? I wouldn't mind chatting here more for now though, if that's cool with you.
I had to say that last line a lot in these conversations. They really wanted to look at baby girl up close.
Yes, of course. Other than movies, what else do you like to do for shits and giggles? And makeup.
Do I stretch the
At
truth?
least it's not Jeepers Creepers. Okay, it's true.
Here? I feel like we're connecting a bit too much. What would Jacqueline say?
I love going out and exploring nature, but also video games are my jam, lol. What about you?
God damn it, Francis. Why you gotta be so honest?
Oh man, what kind of game? Games are you playing? I'm a pretty big nerd. I love to surf, paint, video games, anime, debating in lectures, and learning about...
Oh, debating in lectures, Jesus Christ. No, I hate debating in lectures. I hate them. Always hated them, still hate them. No one can change my mind. Don't bother to change my mind, bro. Don't waste your time and mine. Like, let's just not do that. Although I do, unfortunately.
Anything related to nature and history.
Also, I do love
too.
purple.
Almost obsessive about that color.
Guys, I think I just found the love of my life. Oh god. Oh no.
I've gotten pretty into Fallout lately. The show is really good too.
Alright, we're heading into dangerous territory here, and I still have a lot of gentleman callers that I need to get to, but I'll come back for you, Ditto. This isn't goodbye. Okay, this is a super short one, but still worthy of recognition. We'll call this guy Squirtle.
Love your art, but to be fair, the canvas that is you is already perfect.
All right. I don't think I would say that.
Winky face.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
Dang, that's smooth. I'll have to use that sometime. What's up? How are you today?
Never got a response after that. Not sure what I did wrong. Sorry, Squirtle. This next one we'll call Meowth, one of the few Pokemon that can talk.
We matched! How's it going?
Hey there, I'm pretty good. It was a productive Tuesday. How about you?
Good to hear. Doing well, thanks. Had a pretty good day too. What made your...
Oh God, this sounds exactly like a fucking... This sounds exactly like me in text.
day so productive?
Well, Meowth, if you're watching this video right now, you'll know exactly why.
Just getting all the stuff done that I never have time to get to all week, pretty much. Plus, I got some good makeup gigs lined up in the near future. How about yourself?
Nice! I like your makeup photos. I'm definitely not an expert, but they look good.
So, as you'll see, I got a lot of compliments on my makeup. Like, a lot. Amazing, isn't it? The power of presenting as a cishet female.
I have a boring job in insurance, but I get to help wealthy clients keep their money and not have to give it to the government, so that's always fun.
Ew.
Lol.
So you're the reason I pay more taxes than elongated muskrat.
Thank you so much. I too have a boring job, but thankfully it doesn't involve the government either.
And thank God it didn't, because otherwise that whole company would be in prison by now. Pro tip, don't ever work for startup companies. Ever.
Lol, that's always a good thing. You're in sales, right? What do you do?
Ad sales. I'm trying hard to get out though.
I get that. Your work's great. I'm sure you'll be a full-time makeup artist before you know it.
Oh!
I'd love to have something like that. Not be a makeup artist, just do something I'm passionate about.
Thank you so much. I do get gigs here and there, which is a start.
Who would be proud of that? Bros. That's who would be proud of that.
I mainly do glamour, and I work with a lot of drag queens. Trying to get more into SFX makeup, though.
That's so cool.
Yeah, why you bring up government? Why bring up government?
Well, if you ever need someone to practice on, I'm your guy.
Serious question. What the hell y'all doing on this app? All these guys have been so chill so far, and you're not gonna meet anyone more chill than Jackula on this app. Anyway, he asked for my number, asked if it would be cool if we kept chatting on the app. He said that was fine. It's been a pleasure, Meowth, but there are a lot of other Pokemon I gotta get to. This next guy we'll call Jigglypuff.
How's it going?
Hey, I've had a pretty productive Tuesday. How about you?
I'm good. Just got back into town today and just made some dinner. Hanging out now.
Nice. Where'd you travel to?
I have another house and I was there. What are you up to tonight?
Another house, you say?
Oh, cool. Always wanted to visit, to be honest.
You can, for sure.
For sure, you say?
Visiting the family tonight.
Nice. Where in LA do you live? Do you have Instagram?
Now, this is the first, but definitely not last case of Instagram being a potential roadblock in this experiment, but I think I handled it pretty well.
I deactivated my personal one, but I'm currently planning on making a new one specifically for makeup stuffs.
FYI, if you aren't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at QueenCokeFrancis.
Your makeup's cool, but I'm grateful for the normal bikini photo.
Girl, me too.
What brings you on here?
Yeah, I figured it would probably be good to have a real pic of me here, huh?
Yeah, lol. For a variety of reasons.
Shit, he's on to me. Gotta change the subject.
What do you do for work?
I own a security consulting company.
Oh.
Makeup full-time for you?
Trying to be. I work in sales to pay the bills, but I get makeup gigs here and there, so it's a start.
Gotcha. What do you sell?
It's ad sales. Low-key hate it, to be honest.
I see. Well, would you like to meet?
Maybe. I wouldn't mind chatting on here a bit longer, though, if that's cool with you.
He then suggested a phone call, and I couldn't reveal to him that depending on my mood, I sound just like Millhouse, so I had to move on to the next Pokemon. Maybe I'll see you again at your other house someday, Jiggly. Here's a super short one, but one that I had to include for obvious reasons. We'll call this one Ghastly.
Are you trans?
Love that he knows what the trans flag looks like, though. Maybe he's looking for his Caitlyn Jenner?
Do you think I am?
Never got a response after that, unfortunately. Moving on. So this next guy, we'll call him Bulbasaur. He was probably the most open about his politics than anyone else I talked to on this app.
Hi there.
Good morning. How are
Damn
you?
it, Bulbasaur.
Real good. Love your style and makeup artistry.
Thank you so much.
You
Bulbasaur's
bet.
my
So,
Pokemon.
you're an artist
Damn
that
it.
isn't a left-wing nut job. That's rare indeed.
Oh
Again,
boy.
it's so wild that this is me, an actual non-binary drag queen that he's talking to, but all I had to do was just confirm what he thinks my genitals look like, and suddenly all these guys drop their guard. In case you're wondering, as the great comedian Robin Tran once said, I'll tell you what's not between my legs, and that's $100,000.
Yeah, it's weird that people think that artists can only belong on one side of the political spectrum, to be honest. As a makeup artist, I work with drag queens a lot. So far, my politics and religion haven't been an issue for anyone, so that's cool. How about you? What do you do?
There are many who don't subscribe to the craziness but are too afraid to speak up.
Oh.
Blacklisting and all. I'm an estate planning attorney.
I felt like asking him to provide an actual example of that happening after 1957 would be a bit too forward, so I kept it more vague.
That's cool. Yeah, in my experience, as long as you're chill to hang out with, that's mostly what matters.
100%. You're originally from CA?
Yep, born and raised. How about you?
Originally from... I work in... I live in...
Ooh, this is bougie.
Indeed. Yes.
Indubitably.
Amazing how charming these guys can be when they keep their ass backwards views to themselves. But I still wanted to learn more, especially since I dropped the drag queen fun fact and he didn't seem to mind.
How do you consider yourself politically?
Take Clarence Thomas, and I'm about
Oh.
10,000 miles to the right of him.
Time to charm my way out of another jam.
That's fine. As long as someone's chill and fun to hang out with, that's all that matters to me.
That's me. Chill, and most importantly, F-U-N.
Very good to know.
You're in LA?
Yep.
Alright, while I wait for a response, I'm gonna move down my list a bit more. This next one we'll call Mewtwo, and he was the only one who actually addressed my casual drops of works with drag queens.
Hey there.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm good. Slept most of the day because I'm on graveyards now, but can't complain. How are you?
Oof, graveyard sounds rough. Could never do it myself.
I actually rotate days in graveyards, so it's really strange on my body. It's not bad. Pretty quiet tonight. What are you up to?
I do love an optimist, I suppose.
It's my work from home day, so I'm pretty happy about that. Where do you work graveyard?
What's WHF? And I work for XL Energy at a power plant.
Work from home. I work in sales. Oh dang, that's actually super cool.
Oh, I should have known that. How do you like working at home? Does that get boring? And yeah, I enjoy it. It's very interested work, to say the least. So tell me about your experiences in LA. Do you enjoy it there?
I love working at home because I can actually get stuff done that I normally wouldn't have time for. One of my favorite results of the pandemic. Born and raised here, and I still love it.
It's so expensive, though. So is...
That's what everyone keeps saying. Sure. But think of the people you're living around when you're living not in California. Sure, there are some good people out there. But I mean, if you don't know anybody in those places, the hell? Oh, I can't live in California. Yeah. It's expensive. I'm poor as shit. I'm broke as shit. I'm gonna let my cat out. We'll continue with the horror. Hi, kitty. before we engage in today's opening and closing of the door, we must be on camera. You want to meow in that? Meow? Big boy. Heckin' chonker. It's a kitty, yes. Get some coffee. Right. Richard! You came back in? All right. I let the kitty out and he came back in. Of course. Of course. Of course.
But Callie is on another level. What are some of your hobbies?
It is, but it's worth it. I've always wanted to see, though. I've been trying to read more.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I know it wouldn't work. I know it would be a bad move. But there are times when I want to create like a dating profile app and just respond to everything with, I'm looking for a girl with big titties who's into role-playing games. Just flat out. Just flat out. Just fucking flat out. Just say that.
Lately, and I love exploring nature when my allergies will allow it.
Spoiler alert, they never allow it.
I'm trying to be a professional makeup artist and leave my sales job.
Makeup for movies and stuff?
That's the goal. I mainly do glamour, like in my pics, and I work with drag queens a lot, which is super fun. I'd love to get more into SFX makeup, though.
Number names like that, honest, would get you lots of likes. I don't know about that.
Do you consider yourself politically?
Unfortunately, I couldn't say that I'm an agent of chaos, and I needed something a bit more plausible.
I consider myself libertarian, but it's hard finding people on other apps who are accepting of my faith, unfortunately.
Cha-cha real smooth.
I can understand your dilemma. I'm sorry it's like that, and I don't judge anyone for what they believe in, but that group of people doesn't
I do. I absolutely judge people based on what they believe in.
much care for religion, and conservatives don't much care for the drag stuff. So I'm sure that it's hard to have different opinions, especially in California. It's like you're split down
What do you...
the aisle, which must be hard.
So this is a fairly decent take, especially from someone who supposedly identifies as conservative, but something I've started to wonder is whether these guys actually don't mind the fact that I work with drag queens, or if they're just willing to ignore it because they want to bang Jacqueline so badly. Mewtwo is the only one who actually addressed that with some sort of nuance. Good job.
Yeah, let them, Jack, maybe winning the election was the only path of Trump's downfall and Elon's. Let's hope hopefully fate will surprise us. Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
Job, Mewtwo.
Yeah, but actually most of the people I've met on here are cool with the drag stuff, so that's a relief. You seem very cool yourself.
Well, thank you. I don't know about cool, but I try to be open-minded. I'm sure there's things we don't agree on, but I don't understand why people fight so much over differing opinions.
I do. I absolutely do. I absolutely fucking do. I absolutely fucking do. Hey, I'll use an opinion that started a fight between me and a friend. Gamera is the fucking... Oh, shit, I lost the word. Godzilla is better than Gamera. There you go. We got in a fight about that. We got into a fight about that. It almost came to blows. I said Gamera was bootleg Godzilla. He was the Spooder Man of Godzilla. Gamera is powered by farts. That's true. He is. And yet, I have seen every Gamera movie.
I think that's a huge problem when people...
Oh, actually, I think there's a new one I haven't seen. But I'm pretty sure I've seen all the others. We were two kaiju fans, like, I don't know. I think we were drunk.
Stop talking and start arguing.
100%. That's why I had to get...
Well, see, I can respect Mothra. I can respect Mothra.
off Twitter.
So, like, we've all heard the can't we all just get along argument before. We all know it's a super myopic take on politics, and...
Have I seen the Netflix show? Is there a Gamera Netflix show? Oh my God, there is. Huh. Oh, it's an animated show. Hang on, everybody. I know we're paused, but like...
Looks like they're all gone. Into the sewer? God, no. There's no way they've grown that fast. We should go to...
No, he's dead. Oh, this one might be...
Squads at point C5.
Well, that's a little different. Gamera movies aren't usually that violent.
I'll handle it.
Hey, someone answer me. Over.
What's going on? Can't find my glasses.
It's the top secret intel I was talking about.
What is it?
Chill out, Boko. What the hell are they?
Wow, that looks terrible.
Appeared over the sea in Saruga Bay, rapidly ascending.
What? It seems like things just got a whole lot worse.
It can't be. It's coming!
Whoa. Gamera throws fireballs in this one?
Really big race.
Sorry, I know you can't see this, but... Oh shit, Gamera flies for real. Gamera Rebirth. I might have to check that out. I might have to watch that. I didn't watch that because, like I said, Gamera was not my jam, even though I've seen every movie. But I didn't see that. All right, let's go back to the horror.
The human condition. At the same time, I'll take that over a reactionary any time of day as far as like making connections with other people. As far as content goes, we'll call this one wholesome. And we'll also move on to our next Pokemon. Good lord, Jacqueline, what have you done? This next one, Tangela. Oh, Tangela. Let's just say this guy is down bad, as the kids say. Hey, I can relate. You guys all know about my weird crushes.
You are a hottie.
Thank you so much. It's probably the makeup. What's up? How are you?
It's everything. Great, just relaxing. How about you?
Same. It's been a nice, productive Tuesday.
Now, if there's one thing I tend to appreciate about older guys, which he is, it's that they rarely beat around the bush, pun fully intended. So Tangela wasted no time in telling me exactly what he wants.
Are you going to dress up with full makeup for me? Huh?
As long as you're willing to wait an hour or two.
Yes, baby. All the time for you.
Let's see if Tangela can put his money where his mouth is.
Well, I specialize in putting other people in makeup, so I'd be happy to do yours as well.
So, we are going to wear makeup together? Ha!
Whatever the client wants. But enough about me. What are you up to?
If you were just down the street, I'd be on my way. Just waiting to come play dress up with you and have dinner.
I should have known. In a way, I respect it, especially on this app. Whatever, I've dealt with worse.
That's refreshing to hear on this app, to be honest. What do you...
Not that I ever would. But I would always be severely tempted to just say, bust a nut between your titties. These are the things that go into my head that I often keep to myself or say on stream.
What do you do for work?
Financial advisor. Where in LA are you? Or are you OC?
I'm in LA. I lived in OC for a while, though.
What part? I'm...
Is nice. I just went to the Grand Prix a while back.
You didn't come see me.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
It was pretty crowded, huh?
You can make it up to me.
Oh!
I see what you did there.
You like?
I do love a good pun.
I'm a big pun.
Fucking what?
Waiting on my babe again.
Alright, desperate times call for desperate measures. Time for my break in case of emergency line that I actually only needed to use just this one time.
Sorry if I'm coming off as hesitant. If I'm being honest, I've actually never been in a relationship with a guy before, so I'm kinda nervous.
How is that possible? You are sexy as fuck.
Wait for it.
Well, I had been seeing a girl for a few years that I met through church, but it ended up not working out.
A girl?
Yep, I'm bi.
You naughty girl. That's hot.
How predictable in hindsight. Well, tonight it looks like I must sugar my own churro.
In what way? Most guys here stop talking to me once I tell them that, so thank you for not being judgy.
Every way.
Aborted,
Glad to see
mission
people on
aborted.
here are still
Yeah.
open-minded.
I want to see you ASAP. Want to text babe?
But we're texting right now.
Well, Tangela, this has been a riveting conversation. Can't wait to continue it later. But, I gotta keep this conga line a-chuggin'. Alright, here's a short and sweet one as a palate cleanser. We'll call this one Charmander.
Hi, Jacqueline. I'm Charmander.
So as somebody who used to do cam work, unsolicited dick pics is usually 3 messages in. Oh, God.
Amazing looks, but you also look incredible without the makeup, too. Do you have an extensive wig collection?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have an entire closet almost completely dedicated to wigs.
Facts. It's right over there behind the camera.
That's awesome. I dig when women have wigs and different looks. Do you do your own photography too?
Well, in a manner of speaking.
Always glad to meet cool people here. I don't really do photography though, but I dabble. How about you?
So this one and the next one were cut a bit short, unfortunately. We'll get to why in just a bit. Charmander, I'll get back to you as soon as I present my final Pokemon. Alright, last up, Caterpie. Man, oh man, I wish I could have talked to this guy for longer.
Hey Jacqueline, how's your night?
Hey, pretty good so far. How about you?
It's been good, just chillin'. I like the makeup that you do, it's so cool.
They all love the makeup.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to quit my job so I can do makeup full time. What do you do for work?
That's awesome. I actually run a conservative media company.
Oh my god, no way!
Whoa, which one? If you don't mind me asking.
It's called @ on Insta if you want to check it out.
No way! No way, no way!
So I can't say what page this is because I can't out the guy, but the name sounded vaguely familiar, so I went to their Instagram and sure enough, it was the page I was thinking of, and they have like over 320,000 followers. I would be genuinely impressed if the whole page wasn't just unadulterated right-wing propaganda. Hold up.
Hold up!
What does this guy look like again? Let me check. Uh-oh.
Oh no, he's hot!
Okay, Francis. Play it cool. Say something nice.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's a big accomplishment, to be honest.
Thanks. I've really enjoyed the adventure of it.
Are you the founder, or did you work up to your position? I'm not sure how these actually work.
I am just a silly girl after all.
I'm actually the co-founder. Me and one other founded and run it. We used to have employees, but now it's just us.
Here we witness a fallen hero.
Ah, gotcha. That's cool though. You guys have like a really big following too.
Yes, truly a blessing.
Pardon the cringy pun, but
As much as I would have loved to share this cringy pun with you all, it was a play on the name of the page, which again, I can't share, unfortunately. As you can see, Miss Jacqueline has had quite the day responding to all her conservative suitors and is white. So once again, I vowed to return to this fine selection in the morning.
One pair of pants later.
I woke up and I immediately opened the app just as I did the day before.
And then I went to the bank and I deposited $3. Just like I did the day before.
It made me log in again. Okay, whatever. I entered the security code exactly as is, and the app not only said that the code was incorrect, but that my account was banned. No warning, no suspension, no contact, just straight up banned. I could not believe it. I was so careful to make sure that my profile and my conversations were not suspicious. I never exceeded my daily limit of likes. I never spammed anyone. I never harassed anyone, but somehow Miss Jacqueline had been straight up banned from the right stuff. And all those poor Pokemon are gonna think she ghosted them. So I did what any angry app user would do in this situation. I went to the reviews in the App Store. I just emailed the help. What a joke. As a conservative, I want to love this app. I don't. Contacted them on Instagram and no response. The guy cares more about social media nonsense instead of doing his job. Garbage scam app. Several clicks into the app and a guy was already putting me down for being a woman with too much opportunities. This isn't the 1950s. With love, rethink your views. How do we tell her? This app basically pretends trans people, especially non-binary people, don't exist. It's also pretty sexist. Basically, this app is discrimination in an app. How do we tell them? For some reason, immediately after I entered my OTP for account creation, I was banned. I was barely on the app for 1 minute. I got banned for absolutely no reason. This app is completely useless. Back to the nose rings and purple hairs, polyamorous witches on Tinder, I guess. You guys are truly the laughing stock of America. Hi! Happy to review your profile and help if there are any issues preventing access. You can email help@daterightstuff.com. That's it, I thought. I'll email them and I'll explain the situation and surely we'll be able to figure something out. Hello, I recently tried signing in today and even though I provided the correct phone number and security code, the app said it was incorrect and banned my account for no apparent reason. Please let me know what can be done to fix this issue as soon as possible. Phone number is... Thanks, Jacqueline. It took a couple days, but they did eventually respond. Hi Jacqueline, thanks for reaching out. Can you message at Date Right Stuff on Instagram? They can assist further. It was at this moment that I knew they weren't gonna help me out. As if that was gonna stop me. So I did go to their Instagram, and holy jump roping Jesus, did I find a treasure trove of some of the cringiest right-wing content I've ever seen on social media. And I've seen 3 Daily Wire movies. Oh, and best of all, every single video stars this guy who looks like he yells at waiters when they don't give him sparkling water.
Every time I order a cheeseburger, I make it a double, so that a vegan out there in the world isn't actually making a difference. Liberals always say prepare for the future.
Oh, this fucking guy.
But how will we if everyone's either aborted or transgender? It's interesting that young white...
I don't know. I legalize murder. Kill the stupid. Eat shit.
Men are only 10% of the population, but 98% of the military deaths.
Okay, that's not even true.
Just a quick reminder, Mother's Day is for moms, not for men in dresses. Your day is April 1st.
Now, you probably have no idea who this poser is, or maybe you never looked up Tuesday karaoke night at Chili's come to life in the dictionary, so I'll let Wikipedia work its magic. John David McEntee II, Electric Boogaloo, is an American political advisor who served in the Trump administration. He has been a Trump loyalist during and after the Trump presidency. He began as a body man and personal aide to the president, but was dismissed by White House Chief of Staff John F. Kelly in March 2018 after failing a security clearance background check, which discovered he was under investigation by the Department of Homeland Security due to debt-related issues from gambling. After Kelly was dismissed in December 2018, Donald Trump rehired McEntee and named him director of the White House Presidential Personnel Office in February 2020. After leaving the White House, McEntee founded The Right Stuff, a dating app for conservatives, which he led as CEO. John actually co-founded the app with billionaire Peter Thiel, who will get to in just a moment. But I'd like to briefly focus on a recent highlight in John McEntee's career. Like I said, I want to get to know these people as people, and I think this recent development is a true testament to the kind of guy Ted Gumby here really is. Poor bastard is only 34, and he already looks like he would angrily flap his newspaper if you mention the civil rights movement. See, when John isn't professionally competing in Donald Trump dick riding competitions or trying to usher in
you talking about Joseph, if you're talking about David Lynch, yeah.
a new era of fascism as the senior advisor to...
It didn't ruin my day because David Lynch was always an angel. But it made me a little sad.
To Project 2025, he's out on the streets of America, helping the homeless.
So I always keep this fake Hollywood money in my car, so when a homeless person asks for money, then I give them like a fake $5 bill, so I feel good about myself, they feel good, and then when they go to use it, they get arrested, so I'm actually like helping clean up the community.
Yes, good bitches, when John isn't saying gracias to Chipotle employees, he's handing out fake $5 bills to homeless people and cleaning up the streets by getting them arrested for using counterfeit money. Of course, he used the Schrodinger's douchebag defense of "it's just a joke."
Fucking hilarious, dude.
Conservatives really are the future of comedy. Bravo! Anyway, enough about the guy who looks like he tweets compliments to porn stars. Oh, Miss McEntee. That face is the best argument for the Second Amendment I've ever seen. Okay, enough roasts for me. Here's another review from a dissatisfied user. Because nobody uses...
Yeah, George version. David Lynch didn't die. He became more powerful than we could possibly imagine.
The app, they make money by stealing and selling your data. Got my information stolen after using the app. McEntee is not a conservative, just a grifter who needs...
He's not a conservative. Who the fuck cares? Look, if you've got no actual soul, I don't care how you feel inside, because you don't. You don't feel inside. You are empty. You are an empty husk of a piece of shit. He's not a conservative. Well, in my experience, conservatives are all husks of pieces of shit. So, fuck that.
To pay his 6-figure gambling debts. He has sex with transgenders and stole from the taxpayers. Terrible, terrible. Don't use it. Alright, now let's take a look at Miss Peter Thiel.
Oh, whoops. Whoops.
Up not working out.
Focus on a recent highlight in John McEntee's career. Secretary of State, do you believe that outing people without a net worth of $9.7 billion data got my information stolen after using the app? McEntee is not a conservative, just a grifter.
We started watching this video because, like, Coke Francis got on the Right Stuff dating app, which is a conservative dating app, and I noticed that the way these guys start conversations was very similar to the way I start conversations. And I was feeling really bad about myself. I mean, a couple of exchanges in, it changes. Not necessarily in ways that you would expect, but like in very cringy ways that I would like to think I wouldn't do anymore. But I don't know, because A, I'm not on any dating apps, and then I do comment on a lot of like OnlyFans Instagram accounts. Yeah, there's a marked similarity between the opening lines. Ugh. So I was feeling bad about myself, but then we get into some of the deeper conversations, and I'm like, I would never say that. But then I joked about the fact that sometimes I do want to just have a profile picture that says, like, I'm looking for a girl with huge tits that likes RPGs. Most other things are negotiable. Just see how that goes. Maybe I'd leave out the second sentence. That sounds like a little too douchebaggy, you know? And then if someone asks me, what do you do? You know, like, what do you want to do with your life? I joked about, like, busting up between them jugs. But I would probably never say that.
Who needs to pay his 6-figure gambling debts. He has sex with transgenders and stole from the taxpayers. Terrible, terrible. Don't use it. Alright, now let's take a look at Miss Peter Thiel, the co-founder of this app and PayPal. And once again, for an intro, we'll let Wikipedia explain. Peter Andreas Thiel is an American entrepreneur, venture capitalist, and political activist. A co-founder of PayPal, Palantir Technologies, and Founders Fund, he was the first outside investor in Facebook. As of June 2023, Thiel had an estimated net worth of $9.7 billion and was ranked 213th on the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Through the Thiel Foundation, Thiel governs the grant-making bodies Breakout Labs and Thiel Fellowship, which fund nonprofit research into artificial intelligence, life extension, and seasteading. In 2016, Thiel confirmed that he had funded Hulk Hogan in the Balea vs. Gawker lawsuit because Gawker had previously outed Thiel as gay. The lawsuit eventually bankrupted Gawker and led to founder Nick Denton's bankruptcy. By the way, he said that the financial support of those lawsuits was, quote, one of the greater philanthropic things I've done. Oh, and the article that outed him was just headlined with Peter Thiel is totally gay, people. Now, to be fair, I do believe that outing people without their consent is wrong, especially with kids who aren't out to their families yet out of fear of their safety, or states where being queer could potentially cost you your job because that's the world we live in now, apparently. But when it happens to a billionaire who explicitly banned same-sex dating on the app he co-created after he started living as openly gay, it's kind of really goddamn funny. Petey's known as the Don of the group, colloquially called the PayPal Mafia, which is comprised of other billionaires who worked for PayPal at some point, but eventually branched off into other business ventures and Silicon Valley circle jerks. Other star players in the PayPal Mafia include the unfunniest divorced dad on the planet, Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn, Jawed Karim, founder of YouTube, and former PayPal COO David O. Sachs. Back in 1995, Petey and Davey here published a book called The Diversity Myth, which was basically just a tirade against political correctness and multiculturalism in higher education. But they also argued that affirmative action had led to segregation at Stanford University in the name of diversity. See, history rhymes. In 2016, he apologized for two especially spicy excerpts in the diversity myth. 1. The purpose of the crisis movement seems as much about vilifying men as about raising awareness. 2. But since a multicultural charge may indicate nothing more than belated regret, a woman might realize that she had been the next day, or even many days later. Again, he did admit that these statements were wrong, and his PR team wrote a very convincing apology. As a general rule, I don't like to attack people for shit they said a long time ago, because they're allowed to grow and change and admit their wrongdoings. But usually that belief is reserved for, like, bad jokes on Twitter in, like, 2008. Not published works that even former Republican Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice referred to as, quote, demagoguery, pure and simple. Through his foundation, Peters mainly donate to research involving AI, life extension, and seasteading. All fairly boring and predictable, except the fact that he is allegedly registered to be cryogenically preserved through the Alcor Life Extension Foundation. Girl, when I started this experiment, I had no idea I would be using an app made by an actual Vault-Tec investor. This is huge, y'all. Finally, let's look at a brief history of the app itself. Before the Right Stuff launched, the only conservative dating app that existed before it was called Donald Daters, which is exactly how you'd think it would be. But after the app leaked users' data on the only conservative dating app that existed before it was called Donald Daters, which is exactly
what's seasteading? Oh, that was that bullshit idea of, like, basically buy a private island and fucking create a new country. Or buy an oil rig and declare yourself a sovereign nation. Like that kind of crap.
How you'd think it would be. But after the app leaked users' data on the first day of its release, it was pulled from app stores. When The Right Stuff launched in 2022, it was unsurprisingly flooded with what the app calls, quote, the plethora of miserable liberal trolls. So they implemented an invite-only system to help weed them out. Now, when I created an account, I didn't see anything about an invite-only system. But when I checked the reviews in the App Store, I noticed a lot of male users complaining about an invite-only system, which leads me to believe that they started treating this app like a Vegas club where men have a cover but women get in for free so that the place isn't a complete sausage fest. And
yeah, that's pretty much
when the
it.
app first launched, the even bigger issue that they were facing was that there were practically no female users, despite all the ads with these women saying that they're looking for an alpha male vibe. It's a damn good thing Jacqueline showed up to give all those poor Pokemon a shoulder to cry on.
Why do you want to date a conservative?
For me, at least I know that we're gonna start off with some shared values.
Well, the conservative men I've dated at least know how to treat me like a woman.
I like that they understand their role in the relationship as a man.
I know that video is way funnier than this one, but as you can see, I'm getting closer and closer to hitting the same subscriber count as the official Date Right Stuff YouTube channel. So please, do your boy a big favor, give an extra hard dick slap to those like and subscribe buttons so that I can finally ratio these stupid bitches who have my phone number forever and there's nothing I can do about it. Alright, take these next claims with a grain of salt because they are alleged. I haven't found any hard proof that this has has happened. But according to several of the reviews in the App Store, depending on what your answer to the January 6th was prompt, some people were contacted by the police and the FBI. Again, alleged, not proven, but holy shit, that would be so goddamn funny if it actually happened. I do hope that the guy who just wrote insane is safe though, cause like, he's not wrong. So, conclusion. Again, this was my first experience on a dating app in my entire life. But if I had to guess, the Right Stuff probably isn't that much different than any other dating app out there. Most people you talk to are probably perfectly nice and normal, and occasionally you'll get an absolute freak or fuckboy. After hearing some horror stories from women who used this app unironically, I was pleasantly surprised to find that pretty much all the guys I talked to were very nice and, dare I say it, quite charming. None of them seemed to mind that I worked with drag queens and didn't think I was one myself. Well, except for Ghastly. Maybe it's because they genuinely don't mind, or they were willing to overlook it because they wanted to get in Jacqueline's pants. Plus, there's only so much you can type with one hand. My main goal here was to do something that was the opposite of Matt Walsh's bigot mentoring What is a Woman, where he would—
Oh God, Matt Walsh. Oh, hold on.
is intentionally trying to fan the flames of transphobia and sexism by just asking questions to get both sides all riled up and get those sweet, sweet angry clicks. I do personally know some conservatives and Christians, but none are the type that would download and use a conservative dating app. So these really are people who I wouldn't otherwise associate with and who probably wouldn't otherwise associate with me. And if any of the guys who I talk to are watching this video, thank you for letting me use you as content. You are all very nice, and I genuinely hope that you all find love in this messed up world. I'm so sorry you never got to meet Jacqueline face to face, and most importantly, I would give other dating apps a shot if I were you. To be clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating apps that cater to certain niches or politics. I don't think the idea of a conservative dating app is inherently bad, because depending on how you feel about certain issues, it's important to find a partner who agrees with you. The problem is the way that it's run. The Right Stuff didn't have to be a scam, but let's be real, it was doomed from the start. Advertising yourselves with videos that are funnier than anything SNL has produced in the last 20 years isn't exactly a great way to kick it off. Then in order to weed out the libs, you make it an invite-only system which you don't even put any effort into maintaining, and you of course have the audacity to charge extra fees for premium services. When users contact you for support via email, you direct them to an Instagram page, one that entirely consists of some boat shoe douchebag attempting to make jokes about problems that only exist in his tiny mind. If anything, I'm upset on behalf of the people who did want to use this app for real. And now you all have my phone number forever, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm sure you're gonna sell it to scammers across the world, thereby following in the footsteps of your failed predecessor. That seems to be a trend with you people. Anyway, fuck the Right Stuff, fuck John McEntee, fuck Peter Thiel, and everyone else at Vault Tech. These Pokemon deserve better. If you've made it to this point, thank you for sticking with me. This was a really fun experiment, and I hope you had as much fun watching this video as I did making it. But you know what I would like to invite you all to hear? The winning comment from the last video. Chocolate Minty says, right-wing court jester. Having come of adulthood watching her stand up and loving her for her hilarious and endearing take on womanhood, motherhood, all the things that a woman contends with, it was so difficult to listen to her current material. The only thought I could muster was, what happened to her? What happened to that honest, enlightened, bright, funny soul? Of course, it was obvious that her humor was covering her pain, but it seemed she had tamed the dragon and made it her bitch. I admired her for it all the more. But now, I would pity the train wreck she's become, but she's too rich for that. I reserve my feelings for the women still standing and fighting while working for minimum minimum wage. Roseanne, girl, the queen is dead. Long live the queen. Queen Coke Francis, that is. Hear that, Roseanne? I'm coming for you. Coming for your throne, bitch. You, too, can be featured in the comments section. Leave a comment below. I will pick my favorite one and give you a shout out next time and pin your comment to the top of the comment section. If you would like to see me simp for my favorite game characters and get visibly frustrated in real time, please follow me and my beautiful co-producer Mitchell on Twitch. I stream most Sunday afternoons Pacific Standard Time, and we are still raising money for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. We're trying to hit our 1K goal, so if you would like to help out, be sure to tune in. If you would like to see even more of my clown mug elsewhere, please consider following me on Instagram or TikTok. My handle for both is at Queen Coke Francis. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't done this already, please swipe a screen as many times as it takes for you to finally meet the love of your life. When you do, ask to meet up with them, but when you meet and see that you've been catfished, dish some sweet revenge by going ahead and unzipping your pants and dick slapping those like and subscribe buttons as hard as you can. And, of course, as always, until next time,
Okay, let's watch something else.
Great tips for 3 great tips for plotting out or writing stories would be: do always make sure that you finish your work. Don't beat yourself up excessively for what you see as its failings. But whatever else you do, never ever be completely satisfied with anything that you write.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Well, for me, so maybe I'm being too hard on myself. Jack, have you seen the new trailer for The Monkey? Yes, I did. Kind of want to see that movie. It's probably going to be fun. I like the fact that they're going in this kind of like comedy route with it, because I think that's a good idea, because like as written, that story's not, it's scary in the writing, but it's not going to be that scary on screen. So it's best to just go kind of goofy with it. Then the horror can come from like the splatter. You can Final Destination it, you know. Yeah, don't be already so, well, I'll let the ladies decide, because like, oh. Yeah. And then again, I'm friends with Queen of Trash, and she never seemed to think I was particularly annoying. RYLM, you are a lady. Oh, well, okay then. I keep forgetting that because I don't know why, like, I see Ryle, and for some reason, I think dude. That might also be my no such thing as a girl on the internet kind of thing going on there. They changed it to a drum monkey. Oh, that's right. The original one was a cymbal monkey, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that. You're right. Your name's gender neutral? Yeah. I keep forgetting that, yeah, it's, you know. Like if someone was named Chris, I would assume Guy. Or Pat, I would assume Guy. You know. Francis, I would assume Guy. You know. You know, there's my sexism, right? Oh boy. Well, it's been about 2 hours. There's some things I got to do, but I'm glad you came down and spent some time with me and we watched some video. But if it was Chris with a K, I would still assume it was a guy. I'm not saying that makes sense. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm just saying that's what my stupid brain would do. All right, everybody. So until next time, Jave Satanas Disco Inferno. Remember saying I love you all very much. I shall return. I should be back tomorrow. So I'll see you then. I'll see if I can't rope John and or Yogi in tomorrow. So till then, keep on